Although the Akai Force has only been out a short time, there has been a firmware update that does provide significant improvements in certain areas of the Force. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you what those changes are. Check it out. What's up everybody, my name is Matthew Stratton, helping you create music, and on this channel, I do setup videos, tutorials, overviews, just like this one. So Akai have released firmware version 3.0.1. And in this firmware update, there are some differences. I'm going to go ahead and cover these differences and take you through it step by step. Okay, so the first feature that we have is launch/note mode. So if you know anything about the Force, you got different modes. You got your launch mode, note mode, step sequencer. So this new feature basically combines launch mode and note mode into one. So let me go ahead and show you that. So you can see here I'm in launch mode, so I got my clips here. All right, and this particular project only has 2 clips. Okay, but let me go ahead and show you. So I'm in launch mode now, and you can see my clips here. I'm going to go to note mode. So I could basically play that plugin that's selected. Now, launch note mode can be activated if you push these two together. So this takes me right over to launch note mode. So you can see up here, these pads, this section of pads is in launch mode. You can see the clips here. All right, and then the bottom here, these are actually basically like a keyboard. So I can play out notes. All right, so I'm gonna launch this clip, and I'll go ahead and select the plugin track. And I can play notes and launch clips at the same time, as you could see. All right, that's definitely an improvement, cool feature there. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. So the next feature is called Mother Ducker. All right, so what Mother Ducker is basically a sidechain compression plugin. So there are compressors in here, but there was no ability to do sidechaining. So this basically makes it to where you can actually do sidechaining within the Akai Force itself. Let me go ahead and show you how to activate this. I'm not going to go into full detail on everything about sidechaining. I just want to show you how to put it on here. So if I go to my mixer, you can see right here I have a plug-in track and I have a drum track, and then there's an audio track. Okay, but I'm just going to deal with these 2 tracks here, the plug-in and the drum track. So to do this, there's actually 2 different effects you have to use. So if I go to my drum track and then I go to my inserts, you can see right here, if I select that, I can insert effects. So I'm going to go ahead and find it. All right, you can see right here, Mother Ducker input. So that's the one you want to select. So that puts the effect there. So if I go into settings, I could pick a bus. So I can have up to 8 different buses there. All right, and it just depends on whatever bus I want to use. All right, so then I'm going to select my plugin track. I'm going to add effect on it there. And basically I'm going to add the actual compressor onto this track. And you can see right here it says Mother Ducker. I'm going to select Mother Ducker, put that in there, close that. Okay, so now I have the Mother Ducker input on the drum track, and then I have the Mother Ducker compressor on this plugin right here. You might be able to hear the effects. I don't know what the settings are default. Let's go ahead and see. So what I'll do is I'll tap into the Mother Ducker effect. This is where the compressor actually sits. So I'm going to play it. So I'm going to launch it. And you can see it's already compressing. Let me turn it off. All right, so this is what it sounds like with no compressor. If you look at the mixer and look at the levels, you see where our levels are here. So this synth is almost at -9. All right, and then the drum track's here, and you can see where that's at, just above -3 there. So what I'm gonna do is go back to the inserts. That's with the Mother Ducker here. Turn it on, come back in. You can already hear the compressor. So what I'm gonna do is just take auto gain off for a moment. I want to mess with the threshold, turn it up so you don't get any compression. All right, so basically that drum track was already pretty loud, so I shouldn't have to like put the threshold that low to get the compression. So about maybe -3, you'll start to really hear it. You can see there is reduction, but the deeper I take that, the more you're gonna get right there. All right, so if I solo that track there, so that's what it sounds like with the compressor on, and this is without it. And I do just want to mention, there are effects that you could do on the individual parts of a drum program. All right, so you can use the kick drum, for example, like this A1 pad is just a kick drum. So I can add the input onto that as well. Just wanted to show you that really quick. All right, so there you go. That's how you do the sidechain compression. I don't want to go too deep into it. Maybe I'll do a whole separate video really covering the details. All right, so let's go to the next feature here. So the next feature is really useful. So go back to Matrix. I got an audio track here, and then I got my guitar plugged right into the device here. So what I'm gonna do is show you this feature, all right? So basically we have new recording preferences. So if I push shift and record, that takes you over here. All right, and then you can see right here, I have this option to select fixed length recording. So if I don't have that selected, whenever I start recording, it's just gonna keep recording. All right, and then the audio is just gonna keep going and going. So if I'm recording my guitar, I can just keep recording as much of the guitar as I want. If I go to fix, you can see right here, I could pick how many bars I want. So if I want 2 bars, I could pick 2 bars. I could pick 6 bars, 8 bars, 68 bars, probably up to 999. Let's try it. Yeah, 999 show up. Okay, but anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and pick 2. Okay, and let me show you why this is useful, okay? All right, I got my Squier Telecaster right there. So let me go ahead and play this thing right into here. So if I go to my mixer here, go to my inserts, you can see right there, I already had the input selected. I got my monitor on auto, so I should be able to hear it if I arm that track for recording. So I'm gonna arm it. All right, you can hear right there, got the guitar going. Let me go back to my matrix mode so you can see. All right, so basically at any point in time I can record this guitar into there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and record it. So check it out. All right, basic, simple, but you get the point. I can record the guitar right in there and then it starts looping directly after it's done. So whenever it reaches 2 bars of recording, it's gonna go ahead and start the playback, which is a really cool feature. All right, and so you can imagine, I can go ahead and add another audio track here and then start looping on that one and then looping on that one, up to 8 audio tracks. So you could definitely get some dynamic performances going on with audio tracks in here. Okay, so the next feature I can't figure out. So if anybody knows how to use this feature, please comment below and I'll pin the comment, and that way we can actually share this feature. But this question was asked in the forum, and Nick D in the Akai forum is looking into it. Apparently he doesn't have the issue, but a different user already put the question up there a few days ago, like 4 or 5 days ago. And I +1'd it and I added a comment that I'm having the same issue. But if you guys know, go ahead and leave it in the comments. So let me show you this. So if I go to load, we get the browser. Now, supposedly, whenever you hit this speaker here, there are supposed to be options that say sync. Now, I'm not seeing those options. All right, so basically when the sync button is on and the Force is in playback mode, when you're auditioning your samples or your audio clips and they have time code embedded in them, you're supposed to be able to launch them and preview them with the tempo, with the beat, like on beat, in sync. You see what I'm saying? So now I don't see the option, or I would show you, but that's supposed to be the new feature. So the release note says press load, take you to the browser, and then press the F key with the speaker icon on it. So I'm pressing that. Then it says when the warp button is on, samples with the embedded tempos will be auditioned at the project tempo. When sync button is on and the Force is in playback, the samples/loops will be previewed on the next bar. So I don't see anything that says sync or warp anything to that nature. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the instructions, which very well may be the case. There are a few things on here I didn't really understand at first. So go ahead and let me know if you know how to do this. All right, so the next feature is cool as well. We can now solo and mute drums right from the hardware here. So what do I mean by that? If I go ahead and select my drum program and launch just the drum clip. All right, so I got two things active here. So if I push solo here and select the kick drum, you're only going to hear the kick drum. If I push solo and select the snare, you're only going to hear the snare. And the same is true if I push mute. I can mute the kick drum. I can mute the snare. All right, simple but effective. So the next thing is now we can load FLAC files and OGG files. So the next feature affects the air plugins. So we now have metering in some of the air plugins, the compressor, channel strip, maximizer, transient, noise gate. They all have metering now. So now we can see the inputs and outputs. So let me go ahead and show you that. Maybe I'll pick this drum track, go to mixer, go to my inserts. So I got the drum track here. So let me go ahead and select one of these air effects. So the compressor should have it. So let me put the compressor on. So now we have metering here. So whenever I go ahead and play that, we got metering there. All right, so we got input, output, and we can see the reduction. Non-lin flatten, I like that one. So yeah, that should be on the different effects. So let's try a different one, see what it might look like. Let's try the channel strip, select that, go into editing, got the channel strip, let's deactivate this one. All right, go into the channel strip and play it. All right, and we can see we got metering right there. We can see how much compression is going. This one actually has gate, input, output. All right, so the maximizer should have it as well. And there you go. Very cool. All right, and then just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and add another one. So the transient should have it and the noise gate should have it. I just want to see what these effects even look like. I haven't even opened all these effects yet. So let's try a transient. All right, and let's go ahead while we're here and open the last one. Why not? Noise gate. All right, so there you go. These are the new features of 3.0.1. This is definitely cool. I like these new features here. This is definitely a good thing. So the next update I think is scheduled to come out in March. That's the word. And we're supposed to be able to have some more Ableton integration whenever the new one comes out. Because as it is now, if I go to save, there's no export to ALS. Whatever the Ableton files are, there's no export for that now. All right, so that export is supposed to be coming in the next update or one of the next updates from my understanding. All right, so that should be a worthy update as well. All right, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notified whenever I come out with the new Akai Force videos. If you're new to Akai Force and you want to know what all the buttons do, go ahead and click the video that should be right here. And if you want to see the playlist where I show all the different Akai Force videos, go ahead and click the playlist that should be showing up right here. And remember, click right there and subscribe. My name's Matthew, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.